the new album, I'm Normally Attracted to Sin. We all love it. We all have it here. Something that you did very special was the DVD that accompanied the record. How did you get the idea to put both of those together?
We were making the concert DVD, and the director, Christian Lamb, was making these montages that he was having live music too. And this was just going to be B-roll for the concert footage. And I kind of sat back and I said, wow, there's something that he's capturing. There's a different narrative and a different art form. It reminded me of silent movies, but the story needed to be the music. Well, the story wasn't coming through the music. It was just wrong. So I turned it off, and that was the beginning of me seeing, okay, this is what we're doing. Little did I know that I would be doing it for 16, and it would take me 1.5 years of continuous filming. But that's how it began.
And it really works beautifully. We know you're working now on a Christmas album. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that happened very quickly because Doug Morris, who's head of Universal, was chiming in saying, you know, Tori, I've always wanted you to do something, but don't give me normal. That's funny to say that. So he said, I have all these Christmas records, and everybody does them, so don't do a Christmas record. I don't want you to do a Christmas record, but do your version. And I said, well, more like a solstice record. I think there's thousands of years of this time of year that people have been celebrating, whether you are religious or not, and the idea of light coming and darkness and unifying in that way. And there's incredible music that has been twisted from the religions. So I did a lot of research, and there's a very different take on carols, but it's all very beautiful, full strings, brass, tubular bells, harpsichords. I mean, there's not a song on it called She's a Hussy, Merry Christmas, okay? I could just see Doug. Tori, why are you doing She's a Hussy, Merry Christmas? Can't you just do something? The shock is, don't shock me. It'll be shocking if you don't shock me. So my shock is that there is no She's a Hussy, Merry Christmas on it.
Sold, buying it immediately.
But that means you can play it from top to tail without thinking, oh God, I have to turn this one because my mother's here. So you can do top to tail.
Well, I have a couple questions from the audience. This one's from Carolyn. And Carolyn noted that you're a big fan of Robert Plant. And I think we talked about this the last time I met you.
He asked me to marry him.
Because I know you remember all your interviews. What did you think of the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss record?
Fantastic. What a wonderful pairing. That was great. But he's great to work with. He's one of these guys. I mean, you have to imagine, you know that guy Wolverine? Well, Robert Plant is the true Wolverine, but many, many, many years ago. So he is one of the beginning raw, sensual guys, but he really understands about the ancient mythology. And so I think that he's enjoyed working with women. He told me years and years ago that they were listening to Joni Mitchell when they were making those records, because they've always been open to the goddess and that kind of thing. I mean, those hard-rocking boys, the ones that are the real McCoy, have always been open to that side of things.
That's a great way of putting it. This next question comes from Kenny. Kenny, where are you? Kenny says he's taking his bar exam tomorrow. Do you have any last-minute advice? This is a flashcard for it.
Is that the flashcard? What might persuade a court to permit a trustee's resignation? Well, what I would say to you is, you're taking the bar tomorrow, you have to go like you're going into concert. You have to. I know people, don't take this wrong, but I know people personally who failed the bar many times because they get so worked up. You can't get worked up. You have to just step into the side. Are you Kenny?
Yes.
You have to stop. You've got to walk into the side to Kenny that already has passed the bar. You've already passed it on a different plane. So you have to now come back from your future and just take it. Peace. What I have to do sometimes, believe it or not, is this is true. I had to make the Solstice record with She's a Hussy Merry Christmas on it and this other naughty song to go into the future, to come back crawling back saying, oh, you don't want to do that. So going ahead to your future and then coming back is a very good, useful tool.
Okay, that should give you some good luck for tomorrow. Okay, we could sit and talk to you for hours, but we really want to...
We can do a couple more.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Okay, here's another one. This comes from Jason. Jason wants to know about creating your set list in Atlanta. And have you put that together and how it comes together?
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that's my question. Is kind of, I know you draw upon the cities and events and you kind of led into that. What's the process during the day? Is it right before showtime? Do you do it kind of in your head during the day? You see things and you're like, this song might work tonight?
It starts when you roll into town. It was starting because we were driving on the buses. And because Atlanta's different, because my mom and dad went to Emory. My mom worked in the dean's office. And my dad was in the, ministry side. And so I guess knowing that my mother's people, she was born in Chattanooga, and her great-grandmother came after hiding from the Bluecoats for 9 months in the Smokies. She finally eluded them after living out there with just arrow and tomahawk, and came down as an indentured servant in North Georgia. So there's a trail that I'm following that is driving this whole thing of a bloodline. Certain cities, if I'm not connected to through family, then I come in from a completely different, detached place. But I think with this place, it kind of, you can't get away from the ancestors. They take over.
And one other thing, I know kind of the Robert Plant thing, if you want to bring Thank You out tonight, your version of that.
I'll keep it in mind.
Well, I'm glad in a way you brought up covers because I had read at a show you recently did, you covered Don McLean's Vincent.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if you all know, Starry, Starry Night, it's one of the most beautiful songs. And you had a special dedication.
It's for my brother.
What does that song mean to you, and why did you choose it?
My brother always used to come to Austin, always without fail. He's a friend there. And this was one of the songs that he would say benchmark as a songwriter songs growing up. So I've always just associated those together. And because he's not with us anymore, when I play Austin, it's always a little bit emotional just because Michael's not there. But in a way, he is. I mean, I feel his spirit, and that song just wanted to come. But I didn't even think about playing it until 3 hours, 2 hours before I walked on stage. Yeah.
Well, so it is interesting to know you're putting together the set list tonight, but your outfit is already organized, or not?
Many choices. Many choices. It depends on the heat. It depends what's going to hold up out there. You look at it, you say, oh gosh, it's too hot for that. In your mind, you look at the seats and you say, I'm just going to look like the seats if I wear this color. So yeah, you have to be ready to move.
Well, because I think that's such a cool thing with you as an artist and a performance art. And I was curious to know, while we're on the topic of clothing and performance art, what you thought of someone like Lady GaGa, who's out there performing in all these wild outfits and doing all kinds of different things. What do you make of that?
I think it's exciting. I think we need great performers right now. And this is such a time when people want to be entertained. And sometimes, yes, they want to be emotionally taken there as well. But I do think entertainment is, everybody just wants some entertainment. So I'll be in my ninja, Canada ninja outfit.
We would love to see that. Hanging from the ceiling, coming across or something like that.
It feels like after standing and pounding that piano for a couple hours that I'm hanging from it by the end. Where's the ice? You walk off stage like a granny. Where's